Welcome to Business Communication and Presentation Skills. This is designed for VSITR and LDR-PITR of Kadi Sarva Vishwavidyalaya. Today I'm going to take Chapter 4. Chapter 4 is Role of Body Language and Nonverbal Communication. Now, even though this is nonverbal communication and body language, everything I'm not going to cover, because everything if I have to cover, it is going to take a long time. I'm going to stick to the syllabus, and based on the syllabus, we are going to cover. Now, even though this is about body language, suppose if I say when you sit like this, crossed arms, it means it is offensive or defensive. Sometimes it maybe the person is feeling cold, that is why the person is sitting that way. So body language is mostly context based. So let us move on. Now in the types of nonverbal communication, we have taken kinesis. Kinesis, if the person is sitting like this, as I said, crossed arms, it can be discomfort, or the person is not secure, he's feeling insecure, he's feeling out of the place, so he's feeling insecure. Suppose the person is sitting like this, relaxed, the person may be arrogant, or maybe he is having self-confidence. Yes, मुझे तो सब कुछ आता है. Or arrogant, ठीक है, चल करके बता. Something like that. Oh no, what did I do? So you put your head down and then you put your something like something. This is how you sit, and then ready to leave. If you're sitting on the edge of the uh, bench, you are ready to leave. As soon as it is over, you want to move ahead, you want to just run. So that is why you sit at the edge of the table or stool. Here the person is waiting for someone, and the person is sitting, just sitting. This is the posture of sitting. If you're tired, you have your head drooped and your hands are relaxed, and this is how you sit. And if you remember, whenever you people used to sit with one leg on top, I in the lab or in the theory class, I ask you to put your leg down. So it brings some negative thought, or you are bored with what is happening in the class or whatever is happening. This shows boredom. Yes, the examination is going to happen, or the result have come, or the lockdown is now it is open. So when you're excited, your celebration, you have your both the hands, and here is another posture, another kinesis posture. Now kinesis, it's a study of body language. What is kinesis? Study of body language, which has face, eyes, gestures, postures, and movement. We are going to study the basic of it. And if somebody is interested to go in depth, you can read Alan Key's body language, which is available on online also. PDF you can download if you want to go in depth. Now I'm going to take the first thing that we are going to cover is face and eyes. Sadness. If somebody is sad, this is how the person looks. There I have below I have described the drooping eyelids. So if you're sad, your eyelids droops. And if you're angry, or if you are in anger mood, then what happens? Your eyebrows are down and they are together. You're angry, so they are together and they are down. So the image shows that way. Even if you are in US, whether you are in Sydney, you are in Australia, you are in Kerala, you are in Gujarat, sadness remains this way, anger remains this way, surprise also remains this way. Eyebrows are raised and widened, and usually the mouth is open. Oh, right? That is how surprise is going to be. Fear. When somebody is fearing about something, the eyebrows are raised and pulled together. Raised upper eyelids, tensed lower eyelids, lips slightly stretched horizontally back to the ears. Right now, if I have to imagine, if I have to feel that I'm fearing something, then I have to imagine a line coming. Oh my God, line. there is a tension here, there is tension, eyebrows are raised, then there is tension here, and this is going towards the ear. Happy, there is no other way of expressing happiness. Everybody expresses the happiness the same way here, wherever you are. So happiness, sadness, fear, uh, surprise, all these things are universal. Wherever you are, this is how you express. There is no postures and gestures. Yes, they depend upon the context. Now, steady eyes. Steady eyes means you look at the person's eye straight. Suppose the father or the child is talking to each other, or the child has done something and he wants to convey something to the father. This means you are going to tell the truth. In the meeting, in the professional world, if you have steady eyes, that means you can trust the person. But if you have shifty eyes, you look this, when you're talking, you look this side and you look this side or anywhere, not into the eyes, that means, yes, you are hiding something. I cannot trust you. Yes. Then in the class of 50 or class of 60, suppose teacher asks you something and nobody raises the hand, and then teacher just looks at you and says, all right, Jack, now give me the answer. So there is steady look at you, and poor Jack has to answer. So that is again steady look. Not to engage in the talk. It happens in the canteen, or when you're sitting together, or in the restaurant. You are sitting and you don't want to engage you don't want to talk to the other person. This is how you sit, whatever may be the reason. The reason can be anything, but you're not interested. You're interested only in the food. And at home, when sisters are talking or anybody is talking, whatever has happened in the class or in the whole day, anything has happened, you are not interested in the small talk. So when you're not interested in the small talk, this is how you sit. Now comes gestures. In gesture, the first image that I have shown is the person is showing number 3. You can show number 1, 2, 3 this way also. Here the person is showing number 3 as number 3. So again, as I said, different methods are there. Here, the mother is telling the child, do your homework. So it is like straight instruction, do your homework. So the child is like, okay. Child is also like, okay, fine. But mother is pointing, yes, do it, better do it. Then waving. Waving is saying bye-bye or hi, you wave. When you're in a meeting or in a class or in a group, if you have a pen that makes click, click noise, at present I have not seen click, click pen. However, I found one and I could get this. So when you are not interested, when you are bored, if you have that pen, but you're subconsciously doing, you're not consciously doing, you don't want to do it, but it is happening subconsciously. So you make this noise and disturb others. Then another is shaking leg. Suppose it is your next turn to come and present. You are nervous, so you are shaking your leg constantly. Another is fiddle with the phone to ease anxiety. You are waiting for something, you are waiting for somebody, and that somebody, you're waiting for your loved one, or you're waiting, but you have nothing to do. Then what you do is you fiddle with your mobile, because mobile is very accessible. Then suppose you are presenting something. Suppose I am presenting something and I forgot something. So what I do, I scratch my head. Oh my God, I forgot this. So I scratch my head. So when somebody is scratching the head, that means the person has forgotten something and finding a link to connect. Another is throat clearing. This also means that you have forgotten something and you are just finding something that it moves on. Another is twirling your eyes, your hair. You keep on. Some people have this habit. All these things have it. Fidgeting with the fingers. Yes, when you are again nervous, or when you're not happy. I mean, when you're not happy with what is going on, you cannot give other things. You cannot say something, but then what you have is, okay, you remove all your emotion in the whatever you have in your finger. Now we saw face, we saw eyes, and we saw gestures. There are some gestures with different meaning. The first one that I have taken is perfect. Now, commonly perfect means everything is all right, everything is perfect. But if you're going to France, this means worthless. Japan, this means money. In Germany, this means rude. Malta, Greece, and Brazil, this means obscene. So if you know these differences, and if you're going to those places for any business meeting or anything, study or anything, you will be careful in using these gestures. Normally, it is perfect. Everything is all right. Yes, good to go. Then is thumbs up. How was the movie? Great. How was the show? Great. Usually we are used to it, but we should understand what other countries mean by this. Commonly, it is all okay. Everything is correct. Australia, if you're going to Australia for higher studies, then it is rude. In Iran also, it is rude. Nigeria, very offensive. Japan, it is 5. I think this is 5, this is 6, this is 7. So that is how they count. In Turkey, it is political rightist party. So we saw perfect, we saw thumbs up, and stop. Stop. That's enough. Enough is enough. I don't want to be with you. I don't want to say anything. You are not going to say a word. Stop. In Turkey, this means you're not going to get anything from me. Whatever you do, you're not going to get anything from me. In West Africa, it means you have 5. So we saw gestures. We completed face, eyes, and gestures. Face, eyes, and gestures. Now we are coming to postures. Posture, we have got only 4 posture. First one is standing, second is sitting, third is squatting, and the last one is lying down. So we don't have more postures, only four postures. Non-verbal cues used subconsciously. Yes, many might have seen, or many might have many when somebody stands like this, because I know, I mean, I have been reading body language. This means either you are assertive in whatever you say, this is my word, I am not going to change. Or if you want to show someone that I am powerful than you, then this is how you stand. There are many meanings, but these 2 are common. Then dominance. Suppose you are in a queue, or you are ahead and somebody else is trying to go in front of you. So what you do is, okay, stop. You're not saying stop, but non-verbally, non-verbal language, you are saying stop. Okay. Now, relaxed, informality, or indifference. Means if you're sitting relaxed, informally, you are sitting relaxed, or indifferently, you are not happy with what is happening. So this is how you sit. Suppose somebody is sitting on a chair and suddenly the person leans forward. That means the person is interested in what is going on, interested in the lecture, interested, or want to pay attention more. So that is why the person comes in front. Once you know these body languages, observe these body languages and see whether whatever you have learned in this chapter is happening. Because as I said, gesture is context based. Now, movement. You might have seen people in the hospital or waiting for someone, they keep swaying back and forth. Or you are in a tension, you are thinking something, you're not getting what you want, so you keep swaying back and forth. Usually you might have seen when you're giving the examination, faculty does this swaying back and forth. The next one is moving a hand repeatedly. There are some people, when they are presenting, they keep on doing this. This is a small girl. I mean, my sister's daughter, I told her to do this. So she has done it for us so that we understand what is. moving hand repeatedly means. Usually it is with the hair. Now comes proxemics. Now, proxemics is the area of area within you and other people. Say, for example, this is you. You are standing here and you have intimate zone. Now, this zone, if I say 0 to 18 is intimate zone. Intimate zone means you have, suppose you have your partner or your close or core family member, mother, father, brother, sister. When you're talking to them, this is how close you stand. And it may vary 1 or 2 inches here and there. We are not going to sit and measure everything, but this is for you to understand. So when it says 18 inches, so you can imagine what is 18-inch means. Suppose uh, second is personal space. Personal space starts from 4 to 18, 18 to 4 feet. So this is for friends and extended family members, uncle, aunt, and your cousins. So when you're talking to them, you're not as close as your family members or your partners. There is a difference when you're talking to them. You can now observe. Third, next is social. Social will have 4 to 10 feet, which means acquaintances and colleagues. So even your classmates, college mates, they are your colleagues. So when you're talking to them, you're not going to stand very close to them. There is going to be a gap that is called social. Next is public. When you're addressing the public, you're not going to stand 18-inch close. So there is that is 10 feet to 12 feet. Now, these are strangers and passerby, and even when you are presenting. So as I said, it can go up to 12 feet also. Now, effective use of body language. Non-verbal behavior, whatever the non-verbal behavior is, the gesture that we make. We saw what is gesture. We saw our face. We saw eyes. We saw proxemics. The way we sit, the posture, how fast and loud we talk. Suppose we want to convey something. There are many ways of conveying. I am not happy with what is happening. Some people will scream and say, I'm not happy with what is happening. So same sentences, but in a different, how fast and how loud we talk, how close we stand, that is proxemics. Suppose, why proxemics? Suppose when you are observing somebody, okay, these two people are standing very close. That means they are either partner or they are close family member, mother, father, brother, sister. Suppose two people are talking and they have lot of distance in between. That means they may be colleagues or whatever. So you have an understanding, okay, they are not very close. How much eye contact we have? Are we telling the truth, or do we shift our eyes here or there? And straight means you can trust the person. All these send strong messages. Yes, even if you're silent, you're communicating non-verbally. Suppose here is an example. The boy is in the hospital, and then the nurse comes, the doctor comes, and you can see their faces. Now see what the nurse is saying. I'm afraid he will lose his leg. Do you see that sadness in the nurse's face? I'm sure no. I'm so sad. He is an athlete. So for an athlete to lose the leg is sad. So can you see the sadness, what they are saying and what they are, what their facial expression, are they same? No. So the boy says they don't care for me. So what I'm saying is, oftentimes what comes out of our mouth and what we communicate through our body language, they are totally two different things. Let this not happen. Touch. When somebody gives a handshake like this, it is a weak handshake. The person is not interested in shaking the hand with you, is not interested in you. A warm bear hug. So how cute they look. So it's a warm bear hug. Bears are cute, so that is why it is called warm bear. Reassuring slap on the back. all right, don't worry, the lockdown will be open. You keep on studying, you keep on doing whatever you are doing. You're doing a good job. The father is reassuring the son, you're doing a good job. So, reassuring the, all right, all of you can pat yourself. You are doing a wonderful job. So, you can pat yourself. You're doing a wonderful job. Voice, it's not just what you say. I just gave you an example. It's how you say. Others read your voices in addition to listening. Pay attention to the typing and the pace. If you go how pace means how fast, how slow you are going. That is why this picture is giving to for you to understand the word pace. How loud you speak. Is it? Are you going to speak to be audible or you're going to shout? Your tone. Tone means your emotion, sad, anger, happy. That emotion, something, and inflection and the sound convey understanding. So voice, as I said, as it is said, it's not just what you say, it's how you say, how fast, how slow you say, how loud or how low you say, and the tone, the expression, the facial expression, the meaning that you convey. Paralanguage. We speak paralanguage always when we gasp, when we sigh, when we clear our throat, change our tone, whisper, everything that we covered up till now, facial expression, tone of voice, gestures, eye contact, everything is going to be para language. Let us do a small exercise here. Please mention your enrollment number and division. The first question is, how is the facial expression in the GIF? Happy, anger, angry, or fear? Second is the gesture of the child welcoming? Yes, no, you don't know. Third is, what is the posture of mother and the child, sitting, standing, or squatting? Are they having eye contact with each other? Yes, no, I don't know. Please give this answer in the comment section. Second one, there are two scenes, scene one and scene two. This is exercise two. So the first question is, in scene one, what is the facial expression? Is it happy, anger, or sad? Second, in scene two, what is the facial expression? Happy, angry, thinking, surprise. In scene two, the eyes are steady or shifty. Give this answer in the comment section with your enrollment number. Let's go to audio and visual sign. In non-verbal communication, you have audio signal and visual signal. Audio signals are ring of the telephone, call bell, siren, and visual signals, traffic signals, railway signals, stripe at zebra crossing. Going in detail with audio signal. So when the telephone rings, you know that somebody is on the line. When the doorbell rings, somebody is at the door. When the siren goes, there is something that is an emergency. And when you ring the bell, it's time for prayer. Buzzer, you have seen these buzzers in uh, reality shows, Dance India Dance, or reality shows. You might have seen the buzzer. What does these audio signal convey? Now, please comment in the comment section with your enrollment number and division. So the first one, listen to the first audio and give your answer. Option is police siren, school bell, doorbell, telephone ringing. You have second, listen to the second audio and give your answer. Police siren, school bell, doorbell, telephone ringing. Listen to the third audio. Listen to the third audio and give your answer. I'm playing the third one. The third one is this. Listen to the fourth audio. And now give the answer. There are advantages and disadvantages of audio signal. Advantages, it's easy to operate, quick to communicate, and can reach to a large section of audience. Disadvantages are easy, expressive, expensive, and works on technology. So technical problem can occur at runtime. If the closing bell of the college rung by error, there can be no corrective step. The children would have run home. Visual signals, wherever you go, the first one shows there is deer, the second one shows garbage, you have to throw the garbage, it's danger, no smoking, no zone, no silent zone, and then you have traffic signal. Visual signs are employed as a substitute for verbal communication. I'm going a bit fast because I have got a next meeting and I'm getting call from people that I've got a meeting. Suppose if there is a symbol outside the toilet indicate, that means physically disadvantaged people. This is for physically advantaged people. If zebra crossing indicates that there is pedestrian crossing. Advantages and disadvantages of visual signals. It grasps the attention quick. It is brief. It is when you say diversion, it is diversion. They cut cross linguistic barrier. If you see this picture wherever you go, you don't have to know the language. You don't have to understand what they are saying. The image itself shows what it means. Disadvantage, all matters can be presented through visual. A complete and detailed information cannot be displayed. So thank you very much, and please do subscribe to this channel and stay safe. Stay at home, stay safe,